All right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So for today's workout, we've got a nice 5-round descending ladder workout for you. We're going to be starting with 20 reps of each, V-ups, push-ups, single dumbbell hang clean and jerks, and then working our way each round down to 4 reps of each in the last round. And we may be looking at this thinking, hey, this looks actually pretty simple for me, except, some of these moves can be kind of challenging. Well, don't worry, guys. We're going to warm up really well. We're going to talk about exactly how to make this challenging enough for you, and we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up. Here we go. Let's get some arm circles going back, arm circles back. And as you know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years helping many people just like you live their best life through health and fitness. Let's move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. One of the ways I've been privileged to help you guys live your best life is through the On Track program. And especially when you go On Track Unlimited, you get access to the full program, including a weekly On Track sheet. It gives you a nice overview with strategy and tips to get the most out of each workout. And you get all the workouts in advance, which helps you to plan out your week. Let's go ahead and move on to the wrist wave here. And when you get On Track, you get access to additional workouts that give you more opportunity to be with our Fit Crew family, throw down together, suffer together, sweat together, including my personal favorite of the week, Throw Down Tuesday. I love throwing down with you guys on teams and going to that place that I know I can't go by myself. Let's go ahead and move on to some high knees. High knees into chest, or if it works better, we could do some high elbows like this. And also when we get On Track, we get access to the Habit Master Challenge and spreadsheet, which has certainly been motivating for hundreds of our Fit Crew family all over the world and helps us to be brutally honest with our habits, to see exactly where we're at, but also to have a nice friendly competition to see if we can really egg each other on to help each other to stay on track, and especially an added challenge to stay in that top 10 each week. Let's go ahead and move on to some calf raises. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or if it works better, we can do some wrist extensions like this. And then, of course, when we get access to the full On Track Unlimited, we also get access to some other Fit Crew events. We get access to the leaderboards for special events like Fun Week and some other amazing things that we do throughout the year. And so just even more opportunities to compete with ourselves, to throw our hat in the ring in some other friendly competitions, and to see where we stack up, but mostly to grow closer to our Fit Crew family. Let's move on to some jumping jacks, or we could do stepping jacks if we want low impact. So more fitness, more results, more Fit Crew. That's what we get when we get On Track. And if any of this sounds interesting to you, please click that link that's in this video, or feel free to message me directly for details. Let's go ahead and take a break from this warm-up, guys, and we're going to move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different moves that are going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. So the first thing we're going to do is some straight leg sit-ups. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 straight leg sit-ups for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those straight leg sit-ups are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 straight leg sit-ups together. Now, this may be a very challenging core movement for many of us, in which case we may choose to do some lying single leg raises. And let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate a couple reps of that for us. So we're going to raise one leg at a time, doing about 5 on one side before we switch and do 5 on the other side. But if we're doing the straight leg sit-up as prescribed, we're laying on that back and we've got those arms behind us and we are swinging those arms for momentum and then touching those toes at the top or as close as we can to it. And so good job here on these straight leg sit-ups. Next, we're going to roll over and do some plank rows. And let's go ahead and have Reb demonstrate 2 plank rows on each arm for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those plank rows are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 plank rows on each arm. So a couple things to keep in mind here. We're going to be in a nice plank position, shifting that weight, rowing that elbow all the way up, getting the fist into the chest at the top. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrist, in which case we may choose to do this off of an incline. Let's have Reb demonstrate a couple reps here. It could be off a wall, it could be off a bench or a counter, but we're going to get in a nice incline plank position and row that fist into the chest. But if we're doing it off the ground as prescribed, we're in a nice plank position, shifting that weight, rowing that fist into the chest, keeping the hips down, avoiding piking or sagging in the middle, keeping that core nice and tight. And so good job here on these plank rows. Next, we're going to do some bird dogs. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 bird dogs for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the bird dog is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 bird dogs together. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrists and the knees, in which case we may choose to do the dead bug. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 reps of the dead bug for us. So we're going to be laying on our back and we've got those arms in the air, knees in the air, and we are lowering opposite arm, opposite leg. But if we're doing the bird dog as prescribed, we're on hands and knees and we are raising opposite arm, opposite leg, holding the top there for about 2 seconds before switching sides. And so good job here on these bird dogs. Next, what I'd like you to do is let's go ahead and grab a light dumbbell if you have one. By light, I mean 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less. If we don't have a light dumbbell, then any other light common household object will do. It could be a shoe, it could be a teddy bear, it could be a pillow or a water bottle. Whatever the case, we want something super light. We always start light before we go heavy, if at all. So with this light dumbbell in hand, we're going to do some single dumbbell deadlifts. And let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 deadlifts for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those deadlifts are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts, 5 on each arm. So at the start of the deadlift, that dumbbell is going to be on the ground in between the feet. And we're going to have those hips super low, but we've got the chest up, shoulders back, and we're looking straight ahead to keep the back nice and straight. And we're going to take a deep breath in, driving the ground away until we get to a fully standing, locked out position with those shoulders back at the top. And we want to keep that core nice and tight on the way back down as well. And so good job here on these single arm deadlifts. And finally, we're going to do the strict press. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 reps of the strict press for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the strict press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the strict press together, 5 on each side. Now, a very important detail is that we're holding the dumbbell from underneath and pressing up. It's very common to see people hold it like this and pull up. That is not what we want to see here. We want to hold it from underneath, just like we see Twin One doing here. With the elbow pointing forward, we're looking straight ahead, taking a deep breath in, pressing that arm up and back, getting the bicep into the ear. And then we are lowering that, pointing the elbow forward on the way down. And so good job here on this strict press. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we're doing in today's workout. So the first move that we're doing is V-ups. And let's go ahead and have Twin One demonstrate 2 V-ups for us. Now, it could be that doing this with both legs is a bit of a challenge for us, so we can choose to do the single leg V-up, which looks like this. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the V-up is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the V-up together. Now, it could be that both of these options, whether it's double leg or single leg, could be a big challenge for us. In which case, we may choose to do one of those core movements that we used in the warm-up, such as the straight leg sit-up. Let's have Twin One remind us what a couple straight leg sit-ups would look like. Or if even that's very challenging, we can do those single leg raises that we were doing as well. But if we're doing the V-up as prescribed, then we're laying on our back, taking a deep breath in, bracing that core, reaching toward the toes. And if we're not able to reach the toes with both legs, then let's definitely modify to the single leg version or even any of those other versions that we just talked about. And so good job here on these V-ups. The second move that we're doing in today's workout is push-ups. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 perfect Pippi push-ups for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then what I'd like you to do is to grab that dumbbell and we're going to press it forward like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the push-up together. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, in which case we may choose to do this off of an incline. And let's go ahead and have Rev demonstrate 2 reps of an incline push-up for us. This could be off of a bench, off a counter, or even off the wall. But we're in a nice incline plank position, getting all the way down, getting that chest to touch, and then pressing all the way back up until elbow lockout. But if we're doing it off the ground as prescribed, we're in a nice plank position. We are getting that chest all the way on the ground. And then we are taking a deep breath in to brace that core. And we're getting all the way back up to a good plank position. And notice we are not snaking or worming here. If we feel like we're starting to snake or worm it out, let's take an extra breath in between reps so that we can keep that core nice and tight, or perhaps even modify to the incline push-up. So good job here on these push-ups. The third move that we're doing in today's workout is the single dumbbell hang clean and jerk. And so let's go ahead and grab that light dumbbell that we were just using in the warm-up. And let's look on as Twin One demonstrates 2 reps of the single dumbbell hang clean and jerk for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then that single dumbbell hang clean and jerk is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the single dumbbell hang clean and jerk together. So on the single dumbbell hang clean and jerk, we initiate by throwing that thing back. And then we're going to pop it up to the shoulder with the power of the hips, and then jump and punch those arms out, getting the bicep into the ear at the top. And notice we can choose to either do a bunch of reps in a row. I recommend maybe 5 to 10 reps in a row before switching arms, or we could choose to switch arms every rep and alternate, in which case I recommend that this lightweight practicing the overhead transition, or a lot of people find that it's more convenient to just switch on the chest on the way down. And so good job here on these single dumbbell hang clean and jerks. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to that dumbbell to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight for today's workout, then let's start to gradually add some weight and do at least 4 to 6 practice reps on each arm at a time, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our division. We have plenty of time for you to do some practice sets. No need to go straight to a super heavy weight. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super lightweight is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. I call this a 2-song WOD or maybe even a 3-song WOD today. What are the 2 or 3 jams that are going to really motivate you and pump you up to help you finish before they're done? Get that playlist queued up. You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round workout. The reps are starting high, then they're going low. It's easy to lose track of where we are, what we're doing, how many reps are in that set. So the best way to keep track of that is having the workout written down close by. And if you're a teacher's pet like Pippi with the workout written down, let's go ahead and show that whiteboard on screen so we can see how prepared you are. So teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time here, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer, and we're about to do this 5-round descending ladder workout. We're going to do 20 V-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 single dumbbell hang clean and jerks. Then 16 V-ups, 16 push-ups, 16 dumbbell hang clean and jerks. Then 12, 12, 12 of each, 8 V-ups, 8 push-ups, 8 hang clean and jerks. And then in the last round, 4 V-ups, 4 push-ups, 4 hang clean and jerks. On the V-ups, let's remember those options. We can do the standard double leg, or if we need to do the single leg because it's better for our range of motion or our back, we can do that. Or if we need to do those straight leg sit-ups or those single leg raises, those are other options on the V-ups. On the push-ups, let's use as much incline as needed. We are not snaking or worming any of these push-ups. If we notice that starting to happen, let's take more of a break in between reps, or preferably let's switch to an incline angle in which it's better for us to maintain a tight plank position so that we're not snaking or worming. On the clean and jerks, let's remember we're not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. But if you are adding weight, let's still pick a weight that we can do at least 5 reps in a row before switching sides. Unless, of course, you're deciding to alternate arms each rep, which is another fine option as well. In that case, I'd like to challenge you to maybe go unbroken on this whole thing, not putting that dumbbell down at all. So your score is going to be the time it takes you to get through these 5 rounds of descending reps of V-ups, push-ups, and single dumbbell hang clean and jerks. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up over here and I'll get us started. I'm going to highlight 2 and 1 to get us going. So here we go, guys. 20 V-ups, 20 push-ups, and then 20 single dumbbell hang clean and jerks. And then it's all downhill from there. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off on these V-ups. All the way up, all the way down. Taking that nice deep breath each time to brace that core. Reaching toward those toes. If we're not reaching the toes, let's do the single leg version, or let's even do any of those other versions that we talked about. But we're moving nice and steady through these, getting through these V-ups, managing that breathing, but bracing that core. And after the 20 reps there, we're going to move on to the push-ups, which Twin 1 finished those 20 in a blazing fast time and is now on these push-ups. Now, 20 push-ups for many of us is not a small amount of push-ups. So even if we are challenging ourselves to do all the push-ups from the ground, I'm going to recommend for some of us to break that into quick, manageable sets of 2 to 4 at a time. Until we get through the 20, we'll be done with that in no time. But we're taking a deep breath in each time, bracing that core, And maybe we can do a combination. We can do the first 5 or 6 or so off the ground and then switch to an incline. And we love to see Mighty Mouse making progress. So we got Mighty Mouse up and out of the seat, doing some incline push-ups against a wall surface there. And so awesome work there, Mighty Mouse. Love to see Mighty Mouse doing her thing. All the way down, all the way up. And just like we were mentioning, we have Pippi challenging herself to do the first number of reps off the ground, but then wisely switching to an incline that helps her to keep a tighter plank position and avoid snaking and worming. And on that, twin 1, done with the 20 push-ups, blazing fast, about to throw that dumbbell back, getting into this set of hang clean and jerks. Choosing to do a number of reps on that same arm. And we got Mighty Mouse on these hang clean and jerks as well. And here goes Reb, grabbing that dumbbell, throwing it back, jump and punch. Throw that back, jump and punch. And so let's figure out the good rep strategy here, whether we're alternating each rep, which gives each arm a constant balance and break, or if we choose to do about 5 in a row, that helps us to speed through those reps and reduce those transitions. Either way, I want us to challenge ourselves to get through each set today without putting that dumbbell down. Pippi joining in on this dumbbell fun, throwing it back, punching it up. Pop and punch, pop and punch. So nice work here, guys. Let's breathe, pop and punch. And so far, everyone's staying unbroken on that dumbbell. And Mighty Mouse done blazing fast, moving on to these V-ups in this round of 16. Twin 1 as well, finishing off that round of 20, moving on to the round of 16. Rev joining in. Pippi almost there. But nice pace so far, everyone on track to finish within today's target window. And the target window is nothing more than the best way to know if we've made the right choices in today's workout. We want to pick the right weights and the right movement options that will help us finish within the target time. Or in the case of a timed workout, we have a target amount of rounds. And so we definitely want to make sure we're hitting the mark, not going too heavy, not going too light, challenging ourselves just enough. We got twin 1 on these push-ups, wisely breaking these up into quick sets of 2s, 3s at a time in order to keep that core nice and tight. And it's amazing the speed at which we can get through these sets if we have quick, manageable sets here. So we're breathing, staying tight, getting through these. And notice how we're keeping those arms tucked in close to the body. We may have learned the quote-unquote military push-up with the elbows flared out, but that causes much more problems than what it's worth. We want to keep those arms tucked in close to the body, arms tracking close, elbows pointing back. Whether we're on the ground or whether we're doing it off the incline, either way, we want those arms tracking the same way. We got Mighty Mouse onto the dumbbell in this round of 16. Deep breath in. Hitting that pop, hitting that punch. Twin 1 joining in on this dumbbell. Pop, punch, pop, punch. That's what we want to see. Awesome work here. Red and Pippi finishing off some push-ups. About to join in on this dumbbell fun. And here goes Reb. And just like that, Mighty Mouse onto this round of 12. The round of 12 is where it really starts to feel like it's picking up. In the round of 20 and the round of 16, it feels almost the same. The round of 12 is where we really start to feel like, okay, this is a lot less reps here. I can kind of power through this one. It's the bridge of the workout. Well, let's finish off this 16. Those of us still on the dumbbell. Using those hips, using those legs, punching that out. But then, yeah, once we're on this 12, it goes super fast. Mighty Mouse already done with those V-ups onto these push-ups. Twin one on these V-ups. Pippi on these V-ups. Let's remember to stay tight. Reach for those toes. But nice work here. Deep breath in. Bracing that core. Making our way toward the lightning rounds. And as we get deep into this workout, it's tempting to want to go faster and let some things slip, but let's remember our form. Let's remember we are not snaking or worming. We are keeping that core nice and tight. Mighty Mouse finishing off this 12 on the dumbbell. So let's do this here, guys. Finishing some push-ups, moving into that dumbbell. Swing one. Moving on to this dumbbell here. And we got Mighty Mouse now entering the lightning rounds. The rounds of 8 and 4 are going to go by in the blink of an eye. And we are right in the middle of that target window. So on track here to still finish in that sweet spot. Twin one, closing out this dumbbell, using those hips, popping that up, pop and punch. Mighty Mouse already done with those 8 V-ups onto these 8 push-ups here. Doing a hot lap toward the finish line. Reb finishing off this 12. Smooth transition on that dumbbell there. And twin one joining in on the lightning rounds here. The rounds of 8 and 4 are gonna go by in the blink of an eye. So let's do this thing. We are on it. Hitting these 8s. And then gonna barrel toward the 4s. Nice work here, keeping that core tight. Still avoiding snaking and worming. And Mighty Mouse on what looks like this last round of 4. On track to finish right below this target window. Twin one not far behind, closing out the 8. And Mighty Mouse on this last set of 4. Moving super hyped here. And there goes Mighty Mouse across the finish line. And let's cheer on the rest of our family here on that dumbbell. We are doing this thing. Twin one on this last round of 4s.
You got this, guys. You got it.
Love to hear from our cheering squad. Let's do this thing. Last push-ups. Last push-ups. All the way down, all the way up. Pippi as well, joining in on this last round. Let's keep that core nice and tight. Reb on this last round. Twin one picking up this dumbbell for the last time. Pippi as well, getting to the dumbbell.
You got this. Keep going.
Just a couple reps to go. Twin one across the finish line. Pippi across the finish line. Reb. Right there. And there goes Reb as well. Man, that was exciting as always. And you have definitely earned yourself a cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch that we're gonna do today is the scorpion. And that's gonna be where we're laying on the ground. We've got those arms out to the side. And we're gonna get that left foot going right as close as we can to the right hand like this. And while we're here, let's hear some high-low buffalo. So let's hear from Pippi. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're gonna get that arm up and pull to the side like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Pippi?
My high today, I felt probably my best form was on the hang, clean and jerk. My low, definitely the push-ups. It's usually a challenge for me, but I had a little issue with my elbow today. I have a little tightness, so it kind of made it a little bit of challenging for me, but I just slowed it down, tried to use the options and, got through. And buffalo, yeah, those first 2 rounds, they feel like, oh my, but then it goes a little bit faster towards the end. So you feel like, okay, I'm going to make it through.
And thanks for making wise use of those options. And we definitely want to make sure we're still moving well all throughout the workout. And so thank you for listening to your body, being smart, and still finishing within that target window. Let's go ahead and let's hit the scorpion on the other side. So we're getting the other arm out to the side and we're getting that right foot going left. And while we're here, we mentioned at the beginning of the episode about the on-track sheets. And we know that Reb makes awesome use of these on-track sheets, hitting the additional workouts, planning out her week, and logging those points, staying in the top 10. So what's your personal favorite feature of the on-track sheets? How do these sheets help you to stay on track? If we're doing this stretch from the seated position, we're getting that right arm up and pulling to the side like this.
My favorite feature is that we get 7 workouts a week. So if you really want to take this to the next level and do, not that I do 7 a week, but I try to do, 4 or 5 workouts a week. And so I've got options. And my favorite extra workout is the Throwdown Tuesday when we get to throw down as a team.
Same. Throwdown Tuesday is the highlight of my week as well. Love throwing down with you and anyone else who comes through. So thank you so much, Brett. Let's go ahead and move on to the dragon. So we got the one leg through, getting the other leg back, and we are leaning into this like this. If this is a bit hard on the knee, then hey, that's cool. We could do this from the seated position, getting the one leg out in front of us and then reaching toward the toe like this. And while we're over here, let's hear from Twin One. Twin One is definitely on track and loves those additional workouts and everything about the sheets. What do you appreciate about the sheets that help you to stay on track? And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're twisting toward the left, holding on to whatever we need to.
Good. The on-track sheets, I like everything about them. That I get to plan for the week, and the little help that you get. Sometimes I can't always join a group to work out with a group of people or friends, and then the little links that show me the demo videos are very helpful, because sometimes I get a brain fart and I forget like how to do a movement, or I actually still look at them anyways, even if I think I know what the movement is, because then I mentally prepare for the workout, the movements, and the form. But then I catch that, oh, I was thinking of the wrong movement. And for this workout, it's a good thing I looked at the videos, because now I'll do the right one. So I really like that feature of looking at the videos, the demo videos.
Thank you for mentioning about the demo videos. Very important feature to help us prepare for the workouts, including the new addition of the WOD with me and the lift with me and the WOD with us. And so it's also motivating to give you that group feel while still giving you some demo videos to help you to understand exactly what we're doing. Let's go ahead and hit dragon on the other side now. So we got the other leg going forward, other leg going back like this. And hey, if that's hard on the knee, like we said, we've got options here. We can get that one leg forward and just reach toward that toe like this. And let's hear from Pippi once more. What do you appreciate about the on-track sheets? Whether it's planning ahead for the workouts or a particular on-track workout that's close to your heart. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we can twist toward the right like this.
Yeah, I really like planning ahead. It's important, to have it organized, or it's not going to happen for me. But I like too that you have all the instructions there too of what we're going to do. And it just takes all the, a lot of people I hear like, oh, I'm going to the gym. I don't know what I'm going to do today, but, so you've given us so much of the structure that we just don't have to worry about that. It's there. I know it's going to be good for me. And it's just great. I've loved having this program, as long as I've had it. It's been amazing.
And definitely your dedication shows in your results. So thank you so much, Pippi, for making full use of all of these on-track workouts. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left, this sweaty selfie, because does this count if we don't take this selfie? Let's flex on the camera here, guys, and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fists in the middle for the cheer. So on 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Big crew.
Fit crew. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.